Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. Today, we have our final new car in update 33. This is the Porsche 911 RSR. It is a beautiful looking car with a bit of a sad story. Today, we're going to unlock it. I'm going to tell you all about this thing, and we're going to figure out if it's any good. Before that, though, I have two things. Next week is the Horizon Retro Wave update, where we are getting new cars. Leave your prediction in the comments down below. Forzathon shop for the week. Hello, police siren. Go grab that if you do not have it already. Easy claps, and now we are done. And just like that, we've got the 911 RSR. This thing is actually a GTE class car. That's why it's S2 class bone stock. This is genuinely one of the coolest Porsches ever made. I love this thing. I told you I like this car, okay? As per usual, this wouldn't be an AR12 video without any fun facts about the 911 RSR. Instead of telling you about all of like the race results from this thing, spoiler alert, it won a lot of stuff. But what I find is cooler than all of the race wins is all of the technology and engineering that is behind the scenes on this car. If you're anything like me, chances are you look at this thing and go, oh, it's a Porsche 911 just with a big arrow, a big diffuser, and that's probably about it. You'd be wrong. Very, very, very wrong. Yes, it is a fully stripped out Porsche 911, except it really isn't much of a 911 at all. Because usually Porsche 911s are rear engine. That's like the whole thing with a 911. Porsche was looking at all of the regulations for GTE rules back in, I guess it was probably 2015 when they first started work on this car. And they noticed they were allowed to run massive diffuser to be able to generate a load of downforce by using the underfloor of the car. The size of the diffuser that they were allowed to run in GTE racing was so big it would have hit the engine. So what Porsche did is remove the rear engine and put it in the middle instead. Usually the engine is about here. It's all the way up here. All of the body work on this thing is essentially made of carbon Kevlar. Kevlar is the same thing that is used to make bulletproof vests. It is a beautiful, beautiful car. However, this car was being built and used all the way up until 2023, which is where GTE racing officially ended. So this car officially got retired last year. And what makes it even crazier is that Porsche have already said they are not making another 911 RSR. Their focus shifted from this thing to the LMDH project. The Le Mans hypercar project, that is what Porsche is doing instead. Let's bring it into the festival. I want to see, one, if I can see where the engine is, and I want to see what customization we can do. So if I explode it, hold on, wait, can I open the front? Wait, can I not? Oh, that's a little disappointing. I can't open the front. Can I open the back? No! Number one, we do have some engine swaps available for it. We've got a 3.8 flat 6 twin turbo. You'll love to see it. And, no way, and a 918 engine. I think for our first build, we should do what we usually do and try to downgrade this thing, get it into S1 class. I feel like that's where this thing's going to be more competitive. Let's ditch those super grippy Michelin compound tires and run semi-slicks instead. We've even got engine spacers on a race car. Usually you do not see that. Very nice. Okay. I guess you know what? We will keep it rear wheel drive as well. So I guess I'll make the rear tires a little bit thicker just to give me a little bit extra grip. Very nice. Instead of the semi-slicks, maybe do I go rally tires so I can get more horsepower? You know what? I want more horsepower. Let's do that. More horsepower is probably good. Now we've got 600 horsepower instead of 500 horsepower and 400 foot-pounds of torque instead of like the 350 we had before. You know what? I don't think I really need to mess around with any of these gears. The only thing I do want to mess around with is this. I don't know why all of these race cars come with like the arrow fully on speed. Since it's a race car, I'm just going to give it full cornering. I think it's cool. Somebody made Rexy. Straight up, this is one of the coolest paint jobs ever on a race car. It's so sick. With our new upgrades applied, is this thing going to be much better in the corners? Like, We went with worse tires, but we've got more downforce to hopefully make up the lack of grip. But we've also got more horsepower to give us more straight line speed. So I think all of that should add up to a fairly quick car. Oh, look at the GT3R up there. It's also really cool that we have a proper rain light on the back. I really like it. We've also got the yellow headlights, which look fantastic on there. The other interesting thing that Porsche did, I don't know if this is actually a rule in like GTE racing, chat will need to tell me. They no longer have back windows. Instead of having like clear plastic on the back, they've got like this black plastic. So obviously a rear view mirror wouldn't do anything. So they've got a camera instead on the interior. But in real life, that interior camera has some really cool technology built into it as well. Hold on, let me slow down a little bit. This car is faster than I thought it would be. This car is a lot faster than I thought it would be. Hold on. You can see the car in my rear view camera now. In real life, it'll actually pop up arrows over the people's cars as they're approaching you to show you like how close behind they are to you. And if, for example, could you overtake me? Could you overtake me? Could you overtake me? That guy, for example, overtook me on the left. It'll show the arrow over his car being like, this is him, this is him, this is him, getting closer, getting closer, getting closer. And then it'll pop up with massive arrows going left, left, left to tell you that there's a driver coming up the left-hand side. Basically, what Porsche wanted to do was make it as easy to drive in like endurance races as possible, so it could be super, super safe again. It's very, very cool. The technology they built into all of these cars, not just to be fast, but to make sure the car got to the finish line. Very cool. If I didn't lift off so much there, I would have just destroyed all of the AI. That was such a nice balanced car. So what do we think? If we are going S2 class, I think I've got to go back with the Michelin. And I think I can go thicker tires in the back there. And I think I can also get my lightweight wheels back on there. Swapping the engine is probably a good idea, but it does make me heavier. Does all-wheel drive actually reduce the PI? If it does, it's probably worth it. It does. All right, we don't have that much horsepower compared to the Ford GT, but we're just going to send it and hope for the best, okay? I want to see what time we were able to do with the Ford GT. I was using the S2 class build around the circuit on the eastern side of the map. My fastest lap time was a 54. That Ford GT was absolutely cracked. It had horsepower, it had downforce, it had crazy amounts of grip. Is this thing going to be able to take it down? Oh my god, we're gonna max our top speed already. I think the Ford GT is gonna monster this. Like, look, I can't even get past the move. I think the RSR might be a little bit slow compared to the Ford GT. Move! Oh my god. Have the AI been paid off by Ford to slow me down here? Because this is a little brutal. Anyways, I'm not gonna lie, the only place that this car seems to struggle is on the start-finish straight. Everywhere else, it actually felt really, really good. Look, we're gonna max it again. Uh-oh. I should have gone even longer gears. I thought the gears would be long enough. Oh, that's hurting. Oh, that hurts. That's not good for the speed. I think we're gonna gain in these corners. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. I think we've got like a 200 horsepower deficit as well to the Ford GT. So the Ford GT is probably accelerating through these corners quicker too. Very, very close. Come on. Come on, RSR. Not too much understeer. Not too much understeer. I hate all-wheel drive. A 54.6. If you had to pick which one was the overall fastest, I think the Ford GT takes it. I think it does. That was a little bit of a mix of like cornering and straight line speed. And I think the Ford GT still got us a 54.6. Previously, we went with a 54 dead. I think the Ford GT is a little better than this. I would say this is definitely an easier car to drive than the Ford GT, but the Ford GT is just too fast. Toss the rally tires back onto this thing. Give it some all-round thick boys, and then give it a GT2 RS engine and all-wheel drive, and then just max the horsepower and take it off-roading. Yeah, exactly. It's a homemade Group B rally car. Dakar RSR, exactly. Little did we know, Porsche actually stopped developing the RSR to make the RSR go Dakar racing. The things they didn't want you to know. Let's give it a go. How is this thing at rally racing? Which is a question that nobody's ever asked, but I'm going up against other hypercars. There's a Sesto Elemento. who is obviously playing the let's brake check the Porsche guy game. The way I've tried to tune this thing is it should have a very, very pointy front end, and then the back should be fairly slippery. I guess in theory, it should grip into the corner, and then the back end should overtake. Just like that. Really nice. Yes. That's exactly what I wanted. Yes. I have made a car drive the way I wanted it to for the first time in my life. That makes me very happy. Since it's on please go buy a skill issue hoodie. It's able to... Okay. Whoa. Maybe we got to settle the rear before. Since it's on rally tires instead of proper off-road race tires, it's got mad grip on the road. Oh. Okay, note to self, slow down for that corner a little bit more. Its ability to put power down on the road is actually crazy. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised when it is a proper 911 RSR race car, but the fact that it can go from doing that to doing this, incredible. I love the transition. What a beautiful little rally car. I did not expect those sorts of results from this car. I think we need to take this thing drifting for our final build. I think it would be quite fun to go all-wheel drive if I'm on it. Like, rear-wheel drive, it'll do okay. But all-wheel drive with the big V8, I think actually has the potential to do really well. You know what? I'm also going to give it a drift transmission just because I might as well. 1,500 horsepower, because as we like to do around here, we round up. Always a good life lesson. I think this has potential to do very, very well. I mean, I've got loads of horsepower. I could always bring it down here into the jungle. You know what? Sure. Let's give it a go. 186K is the PB. I gotta get back into that drift or race car mindset, you know? It's not something you do that often and makes it a little difficult. For sure. There we go. There's the line. Come on. Up the hill. Up the hill. That's the line I want to take. Snap it back. Come on. Get 180. Get 180. I feel the potential. 160. 170. 182. I told you it's going to be close. There we go. At the line? That's the line. There we go. Run the line. This is a new PB right here. That was really close to that tree. Okay, up. Don't lose the points for too much angle. Okay, we're good. Play it safe. Playing it too safe. Shit. Still a new PB. Yes! Still a new PB and we bottled, baby. I think it goes to show how good this car is, bro. When you've got a car that is this balanced, has such like a predictable power output, I think I might be willing to go out on a limb and say this might be my favorite drift car from this month's update. Sorry. How many other race cars can you just rip the handbrake, chuck a 360, and then just keep going? I love it.